Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do something different, not about photography. Instead, I'm going to show you how I quickly set up my YouTube studio professionally with very reasonable budget. A couple weeks ago, I arrived in Hawaii with nothing but my camera. We'll be here on and off for the next few months. I wanted a simple, affordable, and portable setup. So let me walk you through how I did it. Since I traveled light, I only brought one tripod with me, but using the same tripod for both my YouTube studio setup and outdoor shoots quickly became inconvenient. So I ordered a basic aluminum tripod on Amazon for about $30. This is actually my first aluminum tripod, and honestly, it's perfect for the setup. It stays put, holding my camera in place, so I don't have to fumble and I know exactly where the camera should be positioned. No more resetting. And if you're curious about choosing the right tripod and tripod heads, check out this video. I not only talk about how to choose a tripod, but also cover the 4 main types of tripod heads. Funny enough, this cheap tripod came with the one type I hadn't owned yet, a video pen head. I was curious to try it out. Let's just put it this way, I'm so glad now it's done. I just need to deal with it once and never need to touch it again. So for my key light, I'm using a newer RGB LED video light positioned at 45 degrees and go in front of me. And this is the biggest investment piece for this whole studio setup at $130. It's only 65 watts, but that's plenty for the space. Back home, I had an Amaron 200 watt bicolor video light, but I rarely crank it past 5 to 10% brightness. So this time I intentionally chose something less powerful. Plus the RGB feature gives me the flexibility. If I ever combine this one with my 200 watt lights in the future, I can use this one as a colorful fill light in the background. Right now, even at 50% brightness, this light fully illuminates the scene without any natural light, proving that you don't need to splurge on high-end, high-wattage, powerful video lights. To soften the light, I'm using a lantern diffuser. It's also from Newer. It's smaller than the one I use at home. This one is 26 inches in terms of diameter, and it's a lantern softbox. I use a 35 lantern softbox at home. I do have to admit that the Newer video lights plus this lantern diffuser is hitting the limit of the payload of the cheap light stand that I bought for this studio. It could be a little bit wobbly if you shake it or touch it, but it looks perfectly fine if you just leave them alone. And it sits about 1 to 2 feet away from me, giving the soft and even glow without needing a massive modifier. For the background, I added a small RGB light on a stand positioned parallel to me and slightly behind my shoulder. It's set to the magenta purplish color, casting a subtle ambient glow on the wall behind me. Above me, I have a kicker light, the Zhibing M20C RGB video light. It's angled down toward my hairline and shoulders. I set it to a warm orange tone to mimic the golden hour effect, adding a subtle sunset vibe to my studio. About this Zhibing RGB lights, you can see in the video here, it's super portable and gives you several accessories that you can modify the lights, which I like, but the downside is the battery life is too short. That's why I have to power it with a cable. It also has a magnetic back, which is convenient, and I could just slap it onto any metal surface. In fact, I brought this Zhibing light from home, so I didn't have to invest in another kicker light. Other than the short battery life, another downside for this light is the noise. It kind of hums in the background, not something I like in the video. So am I happy I have this light? Yes. Will I buy again? Probably not at its price. Behind me, there's a regular 3-light floor lamp. It's not a studio light, it's just adding a little bit character and personality to the scene instead of having a complete blank wall behind me. For audio, I'm using the DJI mic. You don't usually see it in my videos because I either hide it under my shirt or cover it with a scarf. Today you can see it clipped on with this tiny magnetic attachment. I brought this mic almost everywhere on a trip because of its portability. I can use the mic for the camera, for my laptop if I wanted to do screen recording, or even connect it with my phone if I have to, which I usually don't. I'm just not that much a smartphone user for photos and videos. Now, the room itself is pretty empty, except for my Costco desk and a new chair that just arrived yesterday. And funny enough, it's actually a dining chair, not an office chair. I've been visiting furniture stores, testing different office chairs, but I haven't found the right one yet. And this dining chair is actually surprisingly comfortable. So I'm gonna just use it for the studio. Why not? And to make it cozier, I added a Costco cushion for my back to give me a little bit comfort. And I also ordered a gel enhanced seat cushion and a lumbar support cushion, which are still on the way. Both of them are pretty affordable from Amazon, just to ease my lower back pain. The joys of not being in 20s and 30s anymore. Since the room is mostly empty, sound could be an issue. So here's what I did to reduce the echo. Number one, you need to place the mic as close to your mouth as possible. So I pretty much like clip it on the top of my shirt. And number two, you wanted to use any soft surface. For example, I scattered the room with my camera backpack or anything with fabric to help absorb sound. It's not perfect, but it reduces the echo slightly. And the last one, of course, if you use Final Cut Pro, like what I do, you can use the voice isolation feature to reduce the echo further. However, my preference is always to get the cleanest sound in camera rather than relying heavily on post-processing. Last but not least, for the video, I'm using my Sony a7 IV plus the 24mm f.4, which is the same combo I use at home. Previously, I had the camera mounted on a desk stand, which is a lot closer to me. That's why you usually see my bigger face, bigger head. And now with the camera positioned farther away on the tripod, the framing is a bit more natural. I will test this setup over the next few videos and then see if I need to switch it to 35mm lens. So right now, this setup is perfect. I like it. Leave me in the comment below and let me know which one you prefer. That's it, my friends. My simple, affordable, and portable YouTube studio setup. If you're a content creator or think about starting your own YouTube channel, or possibly try to design a digital course, if you wanted to do some video setup, this will be perfect without breaking your bank. If you find this helpful, give it a thumbs up and feel free to subscribe for future tips and behind the scene insights. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my future videos.